every school, every district, we have crises, and crises can be defined by so many different ways. And having that emotional impact it does when it's in your own building, if you know the people, if you're related to what the crisis or the tragedy is, it's really helpful to be able to call on somebody who is not as involved and to provide some of that guidance and help you get through those pieces. So it happens everywhere, so having people you can count on and call and consult with is super helpful.
When Resource Training Solutions reached out, we decided right away that that was something we definitely want to be a part of. And I was thinking mostly about helping other schools. And then we had some situations in our own district, 2 incidents last year where we needed to contact the crisis team, and it was super impactful and a great resource to have. We had a lot of folks here that would typically be in a spot of supporting other people that were struggling the most. And so to be able to have our own school social workers and those from outside our organization come in and support our administrative group, support some of those people that would probably be doing the supporting, it was really powerful that we had that opportunity to kind of grieve together, to address it, and then be able to collect ourselves and get back to the work that was necessary to support kids without neglecting, the adults in the room as well.
If you have a crisis in your building, I really, really strongly encourage you to consider this group. We've talked to schools after crises, and they have nothing but good things to say about the team.
We had reached out to the crisis response team after we had unexpectedly lost one of our students in our building, and immediately they were on it with sharing resources, contacting members to help us for the next 2 days and actually going into a week. And I can't say enough about them, of how organized and efficient and caring that team was, and how much that helped in such a overwhelming and heavy time.
We were able to have such a greater impact supporting students and staff. And one of the beauties of having the resource crisis team is it lifted some of that load off of us, and we could grieve. They recognized that we were the ones that were hurting, and we knew our system the best, but they were there to support us and collaborate with us. I know we will call them in a heartbeat if this happens again.
We love our kids like they're our own, and so to lose one and still be the adults and the leaders in the situation and need to work through it, we're compromised. We're not immune to the heartache of it, and so to be able to have the regional crisis team come through, take charge. They're a group of highly trained professionals, and they just really, really led us through a rough time.
I think the most important thing to remember is when the crisis occurs in a district, as a mental health provider, you want to be there for your staff, your students, your district, but you don't have to do that alone. You're also in that crisis, and it's affecting you as a person, as a professional, and bringing a team in just helps you check off all those pieces that you know what to do, but you're not going to forget because they're going to have your back.
The experience working with Resource Training Solutions was amazing. You think it's funny for me to use that word, considering we were having a crisis. We had a loss of a staff member, but because of them and their support, we were able to get through it. The crisis team gave me the tools that I needed as a leader to be able to navigate the crisis with my staff and with my students. They realized that our mental health staff, the superintendent and myself, were mourning right along with the staff, and that they needed to make sure that they met the needs of all of us, and they definitely were the catalyst to our healing. If you find yourself, your school or your district experiencing a tragedy or a loss of a staff person or student, please do not hesitate to reach out to Resource Training and Solutions. It was a wonderful service they provide to all of our districts in this area, and I can't say enough about how it met our needs, and I encourage you to reach out.